Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Inside Curling. We are well underway this year. It's me, Jim Jerome, and, of course, the one and only. He was a junior champ, and then I'm not sure what he did after that in his career. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Kevin Martin is with us each and every week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for clicking on the show. We're jam-packed now for the next several months, and we appreciate you listening. We got a little shout-out, Kevin. Okay, there's a bunch of people who are coming at me. My buddy Rick Button, who's retired in Kelowna, he sent me a picture. I've known him years ago. I hadn't seen him in such a long time. He FaceTimed me, and I didn't recognize him. And he's a friend of mine. But he's a great guy. He curled just outside of Thunder Bay, I believe, and he had an 8-ender, Kev. Okay, so he was bragging that he had an 8-ender, and he's a fanatic golfer like a lot of curlers. He's golfed 6 times. He said, look at Jimmy, I should go down in the record books. I'm the only person on the face of the earth that has an 8-ender and 7 hole-in-ones as a golfer. Yeah.
Congratulations, Rick. There aren't that many 8-enders scored, along with a fellow that's got 7 hole-in-ones. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it was back in the 70s or something he did that, but... anyway, our show is just soaring along. We're getting more and more people loving it. We, as you probably heard, we're now the official podcast of the World Curling Federation, and we love that. We love that. Kevin has an unbelievable string of bringing on guests. Okay, on the show, we do it each and every week, of course. And this week, we are very pleased, okay? If you've been living in a cave for the last 30 years, you will have forgotten it was about that long ago that Canada lost its status as being the only curling nation in the world. And other nations, of course, have been coming on and on and on. And it's not our game anymore, Kev. Huh?
Oh, boy. No, it's expanding like crazy worldwide, which I love. I think it's fantastic. There's so much strength around the globe. I think we have to blame a lot of it on the coaches, though, Jim.
Of course. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, let's get right to it. We are very excited. Satsuki Fujisawa, of course, is a household name. Multi-national champion, I think 6 times. 3 times to the Worlds, couple times to the Olympics, and medaled, I think, at both times. And her team is very good. Kevin, you said, Jim, understand, these guys are very good. I said, I know, Kevin. I watch curling all day long. Chinami Yoshida is the 3rd on that team. And the coach is J.D. Lynn from Calgary, and they join us now. Welcome to the program. How are you doing, Chinami?
Hi. Hello and konnichiwa. I'm Chinami. Wow, I'm so excited to join you guys.
You're down at the first. First of all, why don't you break it down for us, Kev? It's the first GSOC event, Grand Slam at curling. It's the AMJ Masters in London. Bring us up to speed, Kev, including
it's a big one,
including the Fujisawa team.
The Masters, 64 teams, huge event, Tier 1, Tier 2, also a wheelchair invitational event, part of it as well. So you can imagine on the final day, we're going to have the Tier 1 final, you're going to have a Tier 2 final, and you're going to have a wheelchair final. So it's going to be bedlam, terrific event. London's a great curling town. We played, there was a Briar here in 2007, I believe. There was a Briar here in 2011. That's the one, we played in it. And when about 2 days before, I always get sidetracked here, but 2 days before the Briar in 2007, I get a phone call from Ben Hebert. John Morris has been hit by a car. I said, what? Can't be. That can't be true, you guys. Quit pulling my leg. It was true. He was actually running. Yeah, he was running. He was walking the dog, but he was running the dog on a crosswalk and got drilled. But luckily, he saw the car coming, so he jumped up in the air and went through the windshield. If you want to call that lucky, didn't take him out at the knees. So anyway, went through the windshield, got a huge concussion, of course. But so he went to the hospital. So they weren't joking. Anyway, so we played the 2007 Briar. Johnny played, but he had such a concussion that after about 5 ends, his head would be. So it's hard to concentrate. So then, but that's not the end of the story. So we don't win that Briar. We go to 2008 in Winnipeg Briar. Just before the Briar, I get a phone call from Ben Hebert again, 1 year later. John broke his hand in a bar fight. What? No, 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 no. This can't be. He did. And then the doctors built like a cast. We got to get Johnny Moe on the show actually to talk about this. But yeah, kind of a plasticky. JD, do you remember this? A plastic kind of casty thing that he wore during the Brier in '08. So we go through undefeated in that one and then go to the Worlds. Anyway, the next year we're going to the Brier in '09, and Terry Meek, that's Cheryl Bernard's husband, is going to be our fifth, and he's in Calgary. So I tell Terry, listen, you got one job, only one job you got to do, and you have to follow John around for 2 weeks before the Brier. We can't have this guy get hit by a car, get in a bar fight, none of that stuff. Oh my goodness! But anyway, sorry about that. Got a little sidetracked for a little bit with a story about the London Brier a few years ago.
That's fabulous. Chinami, has anything like that happened to you? Did you ever did anything like that? Did you ever get in a bar fight? Did you ever do any of that stuff?
Not for me yet.
Yeah. That voice you're hearing, of course, is Chinami Yoshida, who's like I said, with Team Fujisawa, and we're joined by her and Coach JD. How are you doing, JD? What's going on? What are you doing?
Doing great. Yeah, we're just here in London. Enjoying the slam. So season is underway, which is exciting. So
Chinami, you guys are 1-1. Let's talk about that first, and then we want to talk to you about all sorts of other things. But how are you guys feeling? How's the team managing?
Yeah, we always like really enjoy the Grand Slam. We love the Grand Slam. So this is the first Slam for us. So we are so excited to, playing game with like Canadian and also like international team. So we played the Team China today's morning. So I think that's its first time to play against the Team China in Grand Slams. So that's why, for like Asian team. So it's really like really enjoyed to play against the new team and also like Asian team in Slam. So
Yeah, good. What's the Kev? You never told. What's the format? You started with 64 teams. How's it all?
Oh, well, yeah, 64. So it's 32 in Tier 1, 16 men, 16 women. Same in Tier 2. And it's inside the park, round robin, and then playoffs, of course, on the weekend. So it's a pretty standard draw for the Grand Slam. No extra ends this week, though, Jimmy. No extra ends. Draw the button. Yeah, different. 3 points, and JD, jump in if you need to, if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. 3 points if you get an outright win. 2 points if it's a tie and you win the draw to the button. 1 point if you tie and lose the draw to the button, and then of course an outright win is worth, or loss is worth 0. So that's a big twist to the event. I kind of like it. I think it'll work well. Obviously, I want to hear these guys' opinion on it. I just like it because the extra ends makes it really tough for television. Tough to know when the game is going to end on television. So because an extra end adds at least 20 minutes to the broadcast. You got to take the break between the last end and the extra end, and then the whole extra end, and teams will use their timeouts. It usually takes a little longer. So that's a 20-minute bump to television. That's tough. That's tough. So I really appreciate that they're doing it. Chinami, your thoughts on that? Do you like the idea of no extra end and draw button for the win?
yeah, like I think I used to play like that format in World Cup and also Continental Cup before. So like actually, so like draw to the bottom for winning and losing. There's more like that most excited situation. So that's why. So it is first time for Strum, but I guess like it's more like exciting.
exciting for the fans. And I also think, as curlers, especially in like a 16 team event, a lot of times like it's 2-2 and you're waiting for the draw shot and you're doing a tiebreaker. I think having the 3-point system where some teams are getting 2 points at 1 point, hopefully, um, you know, the rankings will be less on draw shot. And And I know for us, like draw shot used to be used just for a few small things, and it seems like now events use draw shot to to break ties in all sorts of situations. So I do think having a situation where hopefully the points will separate teams a bit more might help have less tiebreakers too. So.
Very good. Before we get into more details about the curling, the reason this show's called Inside Curling is because we go inside. Kev, JD, we go inside people's lives. Chinami, tell us all about you. When did you start curling, and when did you become so good at it? And give us a little background on your life.
Okay, yeah, it's first time to talk about myself in English, so that's why I brought a little cheat sheet.
Oh, sure. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, and JD with me
Yeah, yeah.
today. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to explain myself in
Sure.
English. Or so I started curling when I was 7. Then I was born in Kitami City in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
That first city in Japan to have dedicated curling rink actually.
Mm-hmm.
Then my mom used to play for Team Japan,
Oh,
and my older sister was on junior national team. So choosing curling was easy decision for me.
sure, sure.
Yeah. Then yeah, I think that's uh um, the curling in Japan
Mm-hmm.
is pretty much professional right now. The big difference is, I think, from Canadian team is Asian team often have to live in Canada
Right,
away from their families for 6 months to 8 months just to play on tour.
right.
So it's huge commitment for curling, I think. But keeping life balance is pretty sometimes a little hard.
Yes.
But like not only Japanese cutters, also like Korean team and Chinese team, is more like be professional recently
How long have you been with Satsuki on your team?
for 10 years in this season.
God, you're not that old. How could you be 10 years? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You had mentioned that, I've always thought that how difficult this is for teams in Asia, and it's way further to travel to most events than it is even from teams from Europe. You said you live 6 months a year in Canada. Where do you guys live?
So we usually based on Calgary.
Oh, Calgary. Okay, okay.
Yeah, but we played the curling tour every week. So it's mean traveling all Canada, like Toronto,
Right.
Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Alberta. Yeah, we are traveling life.
Yeah. Your English is really good. You speak English better than I do. So, just one more thing before we bring Kevin back in. I didn't know the history of your family with your mother and your older sister, and then there's you. But your younger sister also plays on your team.
Yeah, so my younger sister is my teammate.
Yeah.
So that's why my family is different recurring family without my dad.
When did curling become really, really big? And you're probably been curling long enough that it was sort of not that big a deal. And now it's, of course, you guys have been on the world stage for a while. When did all that start to happen in Japan?
I feel like the curling became really, really famous after playing like Pyeongchang or Pyeongchang Olympics 2018. Yeah, because in Japan, so curling actually got highest TV rating in all all of Olympic events, more than opening ceremony and closing ceremony, ice hockey, and figure skating. So curling is the best, highest, yeah, best like TV like contents in Olympics in Japan. So I feel like Olympics make like curling bigger in Japan. Mm.
You must be popular. I understand you have something like 500,000 followers on your social media.
Mm.
What the heck? How did you do that? I want 500,000 followers. So there's big fans. Obviously, a lot of fans there.
I couldn't imagine that happen from my life, but people say that like reason everyone enjoy watching us was because of our conversation during that game.
Oh,
So
oh,
we are chatting in our Hokkaido accents, like
okay.
more dialect,
Yeah,
and even on like Olympic stage, it sounds like more like a friend having lunch
yeah.
than tense strategy talk. Yeah. So that's why everyone said like they're really enjoy to watch our curling on TV because like they're more like chatting. Nice shot.
Thank you, Chinami, so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. I want to ask about Japanese curling, especially on the women's side. You've really taken over both Japan and South Korea. I think are really, really strong now. You've got 3 teams in the top 10 in the world, and a couple others that are very, very close to the top 10. I guess how do you explain that? Because I was over in Japan, Chinami, for 3 years in 98, 99, and 2000. And curling was not strong in Japan then. But now, oh, very strong. So I guess why the depth in women's curling in Japan? Why is it so good?
Yeah, good question, but I think it's yeah, I talked before, but the Japanese cutters right now is more professional. So almost all the Japanese team in SRAM has a lot of sponsors actually. Then we are playing just only curling. We are commitment for curling in our life. So like spending time, a lot of time, like a half a year for curling and in Canada. It's not easy for us, but we're more like professional.
Hey JD, when I look at the schedule, I did that today actually before we got on here. There are so many events in Japan now. How many events are there in Japan so the teams can get this good? And how much opportunity do you have personally to be able to get to Japan to work with the team to be able to have this kind of success? Like it's quite amazing, I think.
Yeah, like the big thing in Japan now is they have quite a few rinks that are year-round ice. Like I think most of the clubs in Japan have ice year-round. So not necessarily all the teams train year-round, but honestly, a lot of them do. And we have what's called the Hokkaido Curling Tour. So it's a tour of events that goes through Hokkaido, and they run them in the summertime because they understand that all of the Japanese teams now are going to be going to Canada, going abroad starting September. So they made this tour in the summer to not conflict. So what ends up happening now is a lot of the Japanese teams play in the summertime. So they play 3, 4 events in the summer. Then they come to Canada when a lot of the Canadian teams are just starting out. So we've usually been on the ice, July, sometimes June. So I think, having a bit of a leg up there helps a lot. And like Shinami said, there's a lot of sponsorship, a lot of fans that love the game. So a lot of the teams are professional, put a lot of time in. But even from when I started, like I started in 2013 there, even it's only been, I guess, what, 13 years. It's grown a lot since I've been there. I think what Team Fujisawa has done, like what they've accomplished in the Olympics, has really showed the young generation what's possible. Because I do think when you are, a developing nation like Japan that's never won a medal at the Olympics, never won a medal at the Worlds, I think there's a mentality that, we don't know if we actually can do it. And I think once we did that, I think we saw a lot of young teams kind of see that is possible, and that's a goal that they can achieve. So definitely on the women's side, there's a lot of very motivated, very high level athletes that are putting a lot of work in, and as Chinami said, they're sacrificing a lot of time away to make it happen. And yeah, it's pretty amazing to see.
JD, back to what you were saying, and to Kevin's question as well. People are going, how are these guys so good, man? What's happened here? What does separate them, JD? I mean, you're from here. You've been involved in curling, of course, probably your whole life. What does separate them? I think one of the things is playing in the summer, but do they practice harder? Are they just got more raw skill? In terms of Fujisawa's team and Chinami, is it just genetics, or how? What do you say to that makes them so good?
Yeah, there's nothing, I would say special necessarily about them as athletes, except for the fact that they're just extremely dedicated. And it's not even about the money and about being professional. Like, I can speak to Team Fujisawa. Like, we've had our ups and downs. We've had some amazing times. We've had some low times. And in the low times, they've always come with an amazing attitude of wanting to get better. And for me, I think that's what's really drawn me to, continue to work with them so long, is they're just such good people, such hard workers. They love the game. And I do think, when times are tough, they've really fought through it. So yeah, it's been a fun journey. I think right now the momentum in Japanese curling is there, and I think it'll be interesting to see in the next, even 10 years where the game is there and how many more teams we have.
Chinami, I just want to add a little bit to that, because one thing I don't know about is you won't be the Olympic team for Japan this time, which I saw a couple of clips of that, but you still have a chance to go to the World Championships, I think. Is that true? And how do you qualify for that?
Okay, yeah. So World Sports are decided by the 2 points at the end of January. So still, like, every team has a chance to go to the world. So.
Okay.
Just adding to that, Kev, because I noticed on Wikipedia, sorry to interrupt, that you guys have won the national championships 6 times, is what I read. Something like that. But
yeah, Satsuki.
Right, but the team's only been to the Worlds 3 times, so I don't understand that. Can you explain that?
That's a good question, Jimmy.
Yeah, I've done my research.
If you win 6 times, why not go 6 times? Why is that, Chinami? Why?
What? Did you miss the plane?
Yeah, some of the seasons, so like an Olympic team or national team hadn't had the chance to go to the World Curling Championship. Some of the season, number 2 team went to the World Curling Championship.
Oh,
So that's why, yeah, that's because of the system, not us.
I don't like that system. If I was you, I don't like that system. Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Me neither.
One thing, I do want to ask you a little bit. One thing that I want to ask you a little bit about what you do outside of curling, away from the curling ice, because when I was in Japan, the best game we played it a ton, and it's mallet golf.
Oh,
like where you
what?
You know mallet golf?
No.
Mallet golf. It's a ball. Yeah. Mallet golf is about this big, and you have a mallet that's about like a 4-foot handle on it, and you go through the trees and along the rocks, and it's like golf. It's par 3s, par 4s, par 3s, par 4s, par 5s. I must have played 20 rounds. Like, I mean, it was so fun. 18 holes, takes about 2 hours to play.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried it, JD?
Yeah. We've gone.
Yeah. He's good at. So.
Is it like croquet or what?
No, it's like golf. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Only a fairly big ball, Jimmy.
Okay.
But where we were playing, so where we were was about 45 minutes south of Nagano in Okaya. That's where I was those 3 years. And And so the mallet golf that I played was along the side of a mountain. And so if you hit it too hard and the ball went off the fairway, it would go down the mountain. And you had to go get it because you only had one ball. It's not like in golf where you have a pocket full of balls. You got to go down the mountain and get it. And then climb back up the mountain to get back on the golf course, Jimmy. So Chinami, yeah, what do you do? Like I know I like mallet golf, but what do you do besides curling?
Yeah. Cause like I actually like I married the coach of Japan alpine ski team in 2022.
Skiing team.
So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, then now so we live in four places. So Hokkaido, Nagano, and I'm in Canada, and my husband in Australia. Then in season off, so we are in Hokkaido and Nagano. Then, like during the season, I'm in Canada, while my husband in Australia. So that's why. So I love actually golfing in Hokkaido. There, there are lots of good uh golf club in Hokkaido and also Nagano.
When do you see your husband? Like you must only see him about an hour a month. When do you get to see your husband?
By remote like that.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I actually traveling to Europe actually too. Or yeah, that's why. So like it's very like curling style like family. So like
Right.
traveling life. So
How did you meet him? How did you? This is curious.
Olympics made me chance to get him. So I really appreciate to Olympics. I love Olympics too.
Very good.
Because Satsuki, because she like you love golf, and Satsuki is a bodybuilder.
Yeah, that's true.
Satsuki Fujisawa is very good, very famous bodybuilder. How long has she been doing that, Chinami?
Actually, so she tried bodybuilding just one times right now, but like I think it's often talked about in Canada too, but not so long ago in Japan. But people used to say curling wasn't even real sports, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But the Olympic and Grand Slam made curling more familiar as a sport to watch. Then negative voices started played, and also Satsuki. So when Satsuki bodybuilding made a big news in Japan, I think it really helps people realize that curling is also sports where physical strength is important. So that's why so Satsuki like is I think that's very like good curler. I think the best curler in Japan. And also so she is more like uh influencer, more like bodybuilding, throwing bodybuilding. So
Does she force you guys to go to the gym all the time and lift weights? And what's your exercise schedule? What are you guys doing here with? I wouldn't want to have a skip who's a bodybuilder, Kev.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
so she's not bodybuilding right actually not right now. But yeah, 'cause not just only Satsuki's, but we usually like do like strength training because like we are very short. I think that's shortest curlers in the world. So that's why. So we have the disadvantage about the physical. So that's why. So we are trying to be strong more than yeah.
You got to go into the gym and stretch your legs.
Just the stretching.
JD, give us their schedule. Yeah, how does it work? How much practice? How do you guys do it? How do you figure everything out? How much time do you spend practicing, playing, and etc.
This year we started, kind of end of June. with, mostly technical stuff, trying to get ready for the season. Most of that like hard technical work is done at home in Japan. I was in Japan a couple times this summer for a few of the events just to help out. We also have another coach, um, Ryoji, who works with him in Japan. So me and him have worked together lots of years. So he runs a lot of the practices there. And then they come to Canada in September. We base out of Calgary because that's where I live. So so we train out of the Glencoe in Calgary. We're very fortunate to get to go there, and we get to train there, go to the events. As Chinami said, they spend a lot of time away. And we try, and I try my best to make it as comfortable for them while they're here. Like we rent them a house, they stay at Airbnbs, and they get to spend some time together. And it's busy, it's a lot, but we doing it for a lot of years, and we really really enjoy it for sure. So
Chinami, do you guys do you have a sports psychologist? A lot of teams they're started doing that over the last several years in all sports, but including curling. Do you have one? Do you spend some time doing sort of mental strength stuff?
So like we had no like how do you say it? The January specific like mentor trainer, but in this season, so we had some of the mentor training lesson by astronauts. So he his name is Soichi Noguchi. So he is the astronaut. Then so like he went to the space there several times. So that's why so in this season we were changing the several times Olympics. So we thought it's very similar situation. Even he is not athlete, but he's training with like all like lots the astronauts that like different like citizen that's different like like ages difference or like countries difference or like then so he had the good method for team building. So that's why we got the lesson by the astronaut style by NASA.
What the heck?
Wow.
Did you say he went to space?
Yeah, several times.
yeah, 3 times.
Three times.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, take me with you. Let's do a practice up at the moon. Yeah. Go ahead, Kev.
Hey, one last thing before this has been fantastic, Chinami. I have a really dear friend. I haven't seen him for a long time, Mr. Koizumi.
Oh,
Susumu Koizumi from Okaya. So he was one of the guys in charge of Japanese curling, but 25 years ago. Yeah, I think he's an uncle of the Koizumi, who's a very strong lead. I think.
Oh yeah,
uncle or-
on Yamaguchi's team.
Yes. Yeah, I think one of the family there. But I wanted to ask you about that, Chinami, because Mr. Koizumi, he brought us over, or brought me over to try to get a curling facility built in Akaya many years ago, 25 years ago now. And but he was a very serious dude, like a very serious guy. And Walchuk and Carter, my team then, we went and to put on a curling school in Japan. And anyway, down the hill from where we were staying was a restaurant, and the one girl who was there really liked Carter, the Rycroft, and she called him Pretty Boy.
Oh, there you
Anyway,
go.
so she really liked Carter. Anyway, so Carter and Walchuk took her and a friend to karaoke and bowling. And anyway, so that's all good. They go karaoke and bowling and stuff like that. And
That's their
it's all
date?
good. They get
A bowling date?
Or, well, hardly a date. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, go out and do that. Anyway, I guess that's common in Japan to go to karaoke. Anyway, they did that. And they get back, no problem. Not late or anything. Get back. And Mr. Koizumi comes to the cabin where we were staying in the morning. And the little card on the table was the bowling score. It's in Japanese writing. Carter, Dawn, and the two girls. Okay. So Mr. Koizumi walks in. He does not know this happened. And like that's not really a good thing in Japan for Carter and Don to do that. So he looks at the card and 5 2000. So May 5th, 2000.
Oh,
5 2000. 5 2000. Carter, Wojciech, get up! 5 2000. He was so mad. We thought, oh my goodness, they're gonna be sent back to Canada like today. We thought they were done, but just a very cultural difference in Japan versus Canada, and they learned from that.
Chinami, you brought up something saying about sponsorship, that you guys have a lot of sponsors. It's we had Brad Guzzo on after his retirement. We had a great interview with him, and we were talking about sponsorship. Brad's pretty outspoken about who should be allowed to sponsor what. He might be worth more money than other teams, and it becomes sort of complicated about who should get paid what. But he did say that all the sponsors he had, and he's probably one of the most sponsored teams like you guys are, that he did it all himself. He did not have a manager. He did not have an agency, that he went door to door. In fact, like a new salesman, he did a bunch of cold calling, like just calling strange people. How does that work on your team? How do you guys handle the sponsorship? Or JD, if you know, whoever would like to.
No, Chinami can do it.
Okay.
JD,
You
go
want me to
ahead.
do it?
Well, do you sell, Chinami? Are you in charge of selling sponsorship? Is that your job?
Not me. So, because we have a good boss actually.
Oh.
So, Team Fujisawa is kind of, how do you say it in English? JD, it's like.
Yeah, it's like a sport club. Yeah, it's a sport club.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a manager who used to play on the team. So she's a former curler, and she manages all the sponsorship. She manages the whole team, and since we've had the success that we've had, she's added another team. So there's a second women's team that's part of our club, and then also a young men's team, Team Maida, who is playing in the Tier 2. They're part of our club as well, and they're a really strong up and coming Japanese team that we're really excited about. So all three of those teams are under the Loco Solare curling club, which she manages. So she manages the sponsorship, and she is the reason why we're all here in this situation. So
I get to ask the same question every show, Chinami, that we've been doing for 5 years, sort of on what the game of curling, with its rules and going forward and trying to keep fans interested. Nick has come on, Sulsky there, trying to do some different things. Do you like the game, Chinami, where it is with, there's always this discussion about 8 ends or 10 ends, or we used to give Warren a hard time because you used to ask that, Kev, every show, and now I'm doing it. Do you like the game, Chinami, or do you think it needs some changes, or what's your opinion of that?
So, in my opinion, so I prefer the Grand Slam systems curling game. So, Grand Slam, especially I love the 2 timeouts system. So 8 cents, 10 cents. So I like the both because but the 10 cents game just only in World Curling Championship and also Olympics right now, right? So that's why I saw 10 cents, 10 cents game is kind of curling traditional style. But 8 ends is more common style in curling right now. But I like that the Grand Slam system is 2 timeouts because it's more like coach is one of the team they showed. So curling is not just only for players. I think the curling is more mm, for team members and fifth players and also coach. That's it's like curling a team, I think. So that's why so two timeouts it's mean more like coaches your team. Then coaches one of their team strengths. So that's why like I like the 8 cents, 10 cents balls, but I like that system of the Grand Slam.
I would think I would think your team is absolutely a riot to hang around, like fun. Like it must be so much fun. Obviously, you're very fun. You got a great personality. Someone, Dave, either or JD, who's the funnest? Give me an idea of some. Kevin's got a million stories about episodes that happened with him in all his curling life.
Who's the funnest on the team? Oh, they're all definitely very fun in their own ways. I know the most like the one who makes everybody laugh the most is definitely Yumi Suzuki, the second. She's always joking around. I don't see Yumi serious very often, so yeah, it's she's definitely the jokester, but everybody's always laughing and joking, and they're amazing to be around. Like they're always so much fun. So yeah, it's a it's a fun group for sure.
Maybe that'll help other teams, Kev. They're doing so well with the laughing and joking. Lighten up, all you guys. Okay, just lighten up. Go ahead, Kev.
Hey, well, just before you guys take off, I want to just mention that like a lot of people that are going to be listening to this around the world don't realize how good of a curler JD actually is and was. And I don't remember what year it is, but you beat us out of the provincials in Alberta.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no. With what year? Come on, help me out.
Oh, so I went to Japan in 2013. Yeah, I was in Camaro, so it would have been 2012-ish, maybe 2011, 2012. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that clearly. Jesus, you curled good. Man.
Yeah, Alberta was always tough growing up because if we could ever find a way to beat Kevin Martin, which was very, very tough to do, then you had to play Kevin Cooey next. So it was we ended up losing to Kevin Cooey in the final that year. I think we met you guys in the semi, and then we had to play Kevin Cooey with Pat Simmons playing third in the final. So yeah, it was an amazing time to grow up in Alberta because if you could ever win Alberta, you knew you were one of the best teams in the world. And no, so that year our skip was Brock Virtue, and Brock and we played juniors together, and it was it was a lot of really good teams in Alberta. That's for sure. It was.
I wanted to bring that up. I did not want to get done this without bringing that up because that's the.
I appreciate.
I remember
that.
you curled so good. You're Brock curled good too, but you were on fire that week. And you guys had a chance in the final too. I think, if I remember right, early in the game there was a big shot and just failed to make it. But I think you could have had Kevin on his in trouble. And anyway, I remember that. I just wanted to bring that up. So
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too, Kev, because I want to point something out. Okay, Chinami, JD, do you ever notice? Okay. When Kevin talks about a game that he lost, he never says he played bad. He always goes, my God, you guys played good. My God, you guys played good. I love that.
That's true.
Exactly.
Kevin didn't play bad very often, that's for sure.
No, absolutely right.
They were tough. Absolutely.
funny.
Chinami and JD, boy, we really appreciate you coming on. Thank you. You're such a spark. Chinami, I bet it is a lot of fun to playing your team, and good luck going forward. Good luck the rest of the week in London,
Thank you.
and we'd love to get you on again sometime. That would be great.
Yes,
I
thank you.
forgot to mention
Yeah, go ahead. Anything you want.
JD is good curler, but the JD changed the history of Japanese curling life. So I really appreciate to JD. So.
Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice?
I can't say like that face to face, but today's remark. So I want to mention that JD is a good player, and also he changed the Japanese curling history. He is the key person why Japanese curling is so growing up. He changed the history.
Aren't you nice? Aren't you nice? That's right. Way to go, JD. You must be loving that comment.
Wow, we did it together. We
Cool,
definitely
man.
did it together. So we found each other at the right time, and yeah, it's been an amazing journey for sure.
Obviously, you're very good. So we'll sign off, you guys. This is great. Thank you very much for doing this, and good luck going forward, you guys. We'll be watching.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, that was
Thanks.
great.
It was fun.
Woo! I want to
Thank
hang out with
you.
Chinami. I want to hang out with you. You're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a beer.
Yeah, let's have a beer. Yeah.
Have a day.